Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm all right. All right, back here for another week of some decking, and I was challenged by somebody at Denver Central Games. Good buddy, good buddy Pac. He wanted me to extend my horizons and put some color in my life because y'all know how I love hope and and artifacts and stuff like that. So what I did is I went and I got a precon and I got the Ruthless Regiment precon with Jarena Kudrow. I like to call her Lisa Kudrow, off of Friends, Phoebe, because, it's Friends. It is Mardu, humans, kind of tribal in a way. You'll see what I'm talking about. With this iteration, I went with tokens, most definitely. And let's get started. So here's General Lisa Kudrow, lover. She puts in work. She's really fun to cast. Um, the only flip that I have in here is Liliana, Heretical Healer, and only because is when another creature, for the fact that, when another creature dies, token, and of course that, so, and then that's the card that's actually in the deck with it. uh, Piper of the Swarm, token generator once again, but this one you can sacrifice the tokens to gain control of a target creature. Haven't been able to use that yet, but I can't wait till I do. That's going to be fun. Kong Ming, Sleeping Dragon, other creatures get +1/+1. Helps out with all the tokens. Grave Titan, that was pretty much a necessity in here. I mean, tokens. And you're about to find out. Yeah, I mean, you can't really cheat him in, but I mean, after he comes in, it's just like he's kind of there. So, Tajik, Legion's Edge. This one is in here to actually protect the tokens, prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to other creatures you control. And then he can also get First Strike, and he has Haze and Mentor, which is, I mean, Tajik is very good. Chittering Witch, token generator. So when she comes in, that's at least one rat that's coming in. And normally commander games are 4 players, so I mean that works out really well. With all these tokens, of course, Winota. This has been my win con weirdly 3 times that I've played this deck, or I've played this deck a couple of times, but the 3 times that I did win, um, it, every single time has been because of Winota. No, one time was because of sack outlets. Um, I made somebody mill from, from sacking my tokens. So yeah, but Carrie Zev, token creator, you know, Herald of Anafenza, token generator, and he outlasts himself, so that is very, very helpful. Legion War Boss, token generator. Archetype of Courage, that gives all the creatures first strike. It helps out a lot when you have all these little 1/1s running out there, and all these, all your other buddies on the table, they got 1/1s too. So yeah, I'll trade you. Rakamar, that comes in very helpful. Just dropping those 3/1 elementals on the field. This one here has been, haven't even been able to play it yet, but I had to get it because I just had to get it. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, it deals that much damage. CMC to that controller. So I mean, it's I'm trying to get elements of direct damage in this deck, without actually just being directly about the direct damage. Like, oh, I kind of forgot that he could do that. I gotta play a spell, So, Goblin Rabble Master, token generator. This one's, this one comes up, quite often for me. Hero of Blade Hold. another token generator with Battle Cry on top of that, and it's a 3/4. You know, like that's, I mean, and it's a 2 token generator, so that really helps out. Harsh Mentor, not a token generator, but whenever an opponent activates an ability of an artifact, creature, or land on the battlefield, if it isn't a mana ability, Harsh Mentor does 2 damage to that player. Once again, with that indirect direct damage that you forget about and everything, and then it's also a human. So I mean, it's getting bumped up by Jarena and everything, and I mean, things are flowing on the field and looking good, and the next thing you know, you got to start, things start dying, and the Zathvid Necromancer comes into play, and here comes more tokens. So, and then Godo. Godo helped me out last night with a W on the table. It was a 4-top on top of that. Swung for lethal damage on the first time for one player, went to the next player, and didn't swing for lethal, but he got the point and scooped. But Godo is a savage, as we all know, and I have one synergy in here for him, because when he enters the battlefield, I get to search my library for an equipment card. Can anybody guess what that equipment card is going to be? I mean, there should only be one guess. We'll get to that. I'll give you some time to think about that. It's at the, you'll see it at the bottom of the creatures. My Chaos, this is for all my creatures. You know, I mean, he comes in the field and you just take a counter off, and every one of your creatures gets a +1/+1 counter. Ingenious, you know. So, and it's X casting costs. Archetype of aggression, creatures have trample. After you get those tokens beefed up and everything like that, like oh boy, Chris Berman. Ghoul Caller Gissa. It took me almost 2 weeks to get this card because nobody had it apparently, but a very good token generator. I mean, unfortunately, you have to tap her to do it, but there's ways of getting around that to, untap her and stuff like that. I don't have it in here apparently because I don't go hard in the paint like that, but I do good. But the thing is about her is that it's X2/2 creatures for the creature that you sacrifice is toughness, or power. I mean, so yeah, harsh. So I mean, in general, there was times where I was bringing out. I think I brought out at one time 6 zombies. And this was just yesterday. I brought out 6 zombies, and the board's okay, So Crypt Breaker, discard a card, put a zombie on the field, and then tap the 3 zombies. You get to, card draw, and I lose a life. I don't like losing life. Y'all know that. Judith, creature boost in every way. So when they die and when they're on the field, I mean, Judith is phenomenal. Thalia, I'm starting to believe that this is one card that is in every white deck I've ever seen in Commander. And I mean, it just affects your opponent's boards. It's a great card. So worth it. $4. Campbell, Council of Allocation. Another direct damage. So, and life gain on top of that. Life gain on that. Still don't know how to pronounce this. Tulonali Summoner. Sure. This one has been great on numerous instances. Just attack with it, and then, tap 5. I've tapped 5 or 6 for the most at one point in time, but still, you have other things on the field that are giving your other creatures +1/+1/+1/0, whatever, trample, whatever. I mean, stuff's happening, and it's fun, it's fluid. This one right here, it's not a token generator or anything. It's for graveyard. I had an issue last night where a guy was he milled the whole table to death. All my enchantments and everything were in the graveyard, but because of this card, I mean, creatures and everything, lands. I mean, my board was desolate, but because of Euphemia, I was able to, generate quite a few zombies and, maintain board state and everything. It worked out really well. Benerlish Marshal, creature boost. And here we go with that answer to the question. Helm of the Host for Godo. I mean, you know what Helm of the Host does. Make a copy of a quick creature, except it isn't legendary, and it gains haste. So, I mean, just put two and two together. I mean, have fun. Have fun taking infinite turns and swinging with infinite Godos that keep on attacking you after a while. Getting into the enchantments now. These play a major part in this deck, and I didn't really understand the importance of enchantments, but enchantments are just like artifacts, so I mean I have to treat them as such. And here we go with Open Graves. Whenever a non-token creature dies, 2/2 zombies. Token generator. Sack your tokens, whatever, to prevent damage to a creature or player from one source. Helped me out last night from dying and worked out great. I brought the pain. Painful Quandary. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player loses 5 life unless he or she discards a card. You know, that indirect direct damage. Price of Glory. I went with a little bit of a stacks theme in here also too. And it helps, you know, it's board control, you know, and Price of Glory really was the beginning of it because you know I'm so used to, you know, in artifacts colorless, you know, every player does this or that, and for somebody to do, I don't normally ever tap my lands on anybody else's turn to do anything unless, you know, I'm about to die, but a lot of other people do, and so here we go. Price of Glory. You can take that to the bank. Underworld Dreams, direct. Warstorm Surge. This one's great because you're dropping in your tokens, you're dropping in all these creatures and stuff like that, and every time they come in, it deals damage. You know, direct. Goblin Assault, token generator. Goblin Bombardment, direct. War's Toll. This has made some people mad yesterday. It was fun to play because they're all like, "Oh, I gotta have floating mana. I gotta do this." And you know, I was new to that concept of floating mana. You know, they were like, "Oh, you know," because I'm old school. You know, I used to play back in the day when, you know, you took mana burn. So that ain't there anymore. So now there's this, and you know, I just had to pick that up. It was clever. It was clever. Weaponize the monsters. It's like Goblin Bombardment, but you gotta pay for it, but it does no damage, so that's good. It helps out. Overwhelming Splendor. This one I also copped with thoughts of, you know, War's Toll and, you know, all the other ones in here with this. Making a player, yeah, I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of like Oko in a way. All, you know, creatures, you know, enchanted player, their creatures lose all abilities and have 1/1 toughness, and, you know, can't activate abilities unless they're mana abilities. Like, this is savage, kind of pricey, but you know, it's a good enchantment, I felt. Outlaw's Merriment with, you know, token generator. Impact Tremors. I went with this. I wish somebody would turn that off. This construction workers, they're building new townhomes and stuff over here, and I don't know what's going on. Maybe somebody dropped a brick on somebody's car, but that's whack. I don't like that. It better not be my car out there. I don't park my car in the garage. Well, I don't park the Volvo in the garage. The Volvo parks it stays on the street. But anyways, Impact Tremors. Direct. When a creature bounces, you know, when a creature comes on the field. Legion's Landing. Token generator. And then it flips, and you get to make more tokens and, you know, produce mana. Graph Harvest, love it. You know, my zombies get menace. Exile a card from the graveyard, get a zombie. Come on now, I love doing that. I love doing it. Divine Visitation. This was a good one. This was a good acquisition right here. Unfortunately, haven't been able to drop it on the field yet. because I just haven't gotten it in those conditions, I think. I don't know, but can't wait till it does because, yeah, you see what it does. A symbol of the Legion, another good token generator. And I mean, this is almost doubling, and it's cumulative upkeep, so it's really good. Couple of planeswalkers, Sorin, Lord of Innistrad, because of token generator, and number two, yeah, I mean because I'm first off for sure doing dropping in two first, getting that token out there, or getting that emblem out there, plusing them one, getting the token out there. Hopefully drop another emblem. I mean, if not, I mean, in all honesty, I might plus them again, and then drop an emblem, plus them again, and then, try to get three emblems out. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Elspeth, token generator, of course, and then also, that the target creature gets 3/3 and flying. Come on, that's ouch. Now we're getting into the mana rocks and stuff like that. And sorry, the news is on right now, and former Bronco shot somebody apparently. Y'all know how I like to watch TV. That's my background music. Orzhov Signet. I am not really a fan of things that you have to tap to get mana for, but okay. Boros Keyrune, love it. Arcane Signet, you know it. Rakdos Signet, yeah. Altar of Dementia. This is what I was sacking those tokens to last night to get dude to mill. I think he had to mill 40 some odd cards, and I sacked, I don't know, something like 12 creatures or something like that to do that. It was pretty cool, and they were majority tokens that were like 3, 1, 4 something, so they got beefy out there, and this was, an hour and a half into the game, so yeah, I was trying to get it done and over with. Boros, Commander Sphere, Rakdos, Orzhov Keyring, Increasing Devotion is a savage, putting those humans out there. Love it. Deflecting Palm. I almost won by accident last night in a game that I lost, of course. Because the dude swung with like 40, or no, he swung with infinite 4/4 creatures. But the thing is that I was all like, oh, he only had like 18 life or something like that. It wasn't even that much, like 12. And I was just hoping that, those elephants were, or whatever they were 12 or above and powered, but they weren't, because Deflecting Palm, I would have won that one. He'd have been looking like a fool with his pants on the ground. Secure the Waste is beastly. Like, it just tricks people. I mean, don't tap your lands, and the next thing you know, on an instant when they're attacking you, you got blockers. A lot of blockers. Call the Coppercoats. I was playing a vampire deck last night, and he was heavy. Just, I mean, easily had 14, 15, 16. I don't even know how many vampires out there. I was like, okay, I'll top you then. Now we're getting into the lands. It's the end of this. And this is what makes the deck, non-competitive. I mean, it's not competitive at all. It's all right, but I mean, the lands, of course, can be better. But now I'm messing with, all the colored lands and stuff like that, which are not in the same pricing category, or as a lot of, just regular art, colorless lands and stuff that I'm used to dealing with. So I got to get into that game, and that's a whole new investment for me and everything, but we'll get there eventually. Foreboding Ruins, Bloodfell Caves, Windscar Crag, Shambling Vent, because you know how if you've ever played me in Legacy or Modern or any other, format, you know that I love my creature lands. Command Tower, Path of Ancestry, Savatrium, Urborg, of course. I mean, who doesn't? Unclaimed Territory, Boros Garrison, Battlefield Forge, Thespian Stage, of course, Scoured Barrens, Orzhov Basilica. Really good guy by the name of Josh that came to Denver Central Games last night. He really sold me on this thing because I was running those lands that I don't like that I told you about earlier about you tap one land into them and you get two. Yeah, now that I see the benefits of having these bounce lands, it accelerates you so far in the early game. Thank you once again, Josh. Terrain generator, of course. Myriad landscape. I mean, yeah. Exotic orchard, orchid. Caves of Coilus. Castle Ardenvale tokens. Nomad Outpost. Rakdos Carnarium. Lava Claw Reaches. Gotta love those creatures. Smoldering Marsh. And then we have plains, and these are just all basic lands and stuff like that. You do the math and everything like that. So, but there she is. There she blows. Lisa Kudrow and friends are communities. No, there's no pirates in here. Maybe one. Yeah, there is. Kill yourself. But anyways, we get news today. We're always talking about COVID. That y'all have a wonderful day. Enjoy it. Oh yeah, and it's sunny out this video, so you get a nice video of Colorado sunshine. Welcome to the A. This is Aurora during the day. Y'all have a great day. Take care.